Wow, look at that hair. Bet you haven't missed that hair, but it's been a good few weeks. I'm guessing over a month now since I did any kind of update, so I thought it's only right to jump on. I'm out of the house, I'm going on walks, my back pain is far less. In fact, I don't get much back pain at all now. We are halfway through April and I herniated my disc just after Christmas. The disc sequestered, which means broken off, and it caused nerve damage, and it's now that nerve damage which is causing the main issues, and left me with a lot of weakness. So in terms of updates, I've been continuing with the physio work, very low level breathing exercises, kind of isometric holds, and built that up. I can now do some squats and body weight work if I want. I don't need to push that too much, more for mobility and trying to keep that strength in the leg especially. But the biggest kind of progress I've had is I've been able to get on the bike. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen me on Zwift a few times. Again, I've had to build that up slowly from just spinning out the legs with hardly any watts pushing, and then I've built that up to being able to do hilly climbs on Zwift. I can't get out of the saddle yet, out of the seat, so I have to do seated riding, which obviously is fine. I'm still only just over 3.5 months from that big nerve damage. So yeah, all in all, it's just going well. In the last 2 weeks over Easter, I've had a great time with family, just spending lots of time out and about. For the first time in, I'd say, 8 or 9 months, pain-free. So I didn't have back pain, didn't have hip pain. I went to Legoland, I did all kinds of stuff pain-free, which for anyone that's been in long-term chronic pain, you kind of forget what it's like to a certain degree. So that's been really good, and obviously the temptation is to push it a little bit, usually if you come back from injury, but I've been having to explain this to people. I can't push it at all. It's a nerve damage weakness. It's not a weakness in terms of muscle strength or power. That is still there, I just can't get it to work. So that S1 nerve that was damaged is slowly, I think, regenerating, for want of a better word, because now I can do a heel lift of about maybe a centimetre, probably less than a centimetre, being honest, but there is something there. So for 3 months I had nothing. I was just trying to do a heel raise, and if you know anything about running, then that's obviously an important part of your gait cycle. Can't run without it. And that's what the S nerve controls, that and the foot and all the way through your leg. So the danger was, if that doesn't start to regenerate, I would never get that function back. I went for another MRI scan just before Easter, and the outcome of that was going to be, if they find anything at all that is still there in terms of disc herniation, I'm going to have the operation to give me the best chance of getting back to any kind of competitive running in the future. If it was just, how do I say this, someone who doesn't want to run again in the future, that operation would not even be offered. Hang on a second, the dog's pulling me. That operation wouldn't be offered at all. So it was down to my decision. The decision was kind of taken out of my hands because I had the MRI scan, and then my surgeon buggered off on holiday for 3 weeks, I think. I didn't know that. So in that first 2 weeks is when there was a glimmer of hope with the nerve. So we're just playing the Mother Nature game now, really. I'm trying to do everything I can to encourage movement, strength, mobility, and I can get a bit of fitness on the bike for now. So it's all good really, because I looked in the mirror when I put my bib shorts on for the first time, which might sound like overkill for just sitting on the bike for 20-30 minutes, but putting my bib shorts on and getting on the bike made me feel like I was making progress rather than just sitting there in a shorts and t-shirt, which might sound crazy, but that's what I did. And Yeah, it was the bib shorts I put on, I had in my early 20s when I raced triathlon. I'm now 40. So I like to keep them just to keep my dad bod in check, because although I'm used to training hard and running high volume, been doing it for 20 years nearly, yeah, just like anyone that has got 2 kids and a business to run, if I lax on my food and maybe have a few too many beers, I'm not as happy with my body shape maybe. And yes, I know it doesn't matter, and I know it's not what I should be focusing on right now, but when you just turn 40 and weeks later you herniate your disc in your back and you may never run again, when your whole livelihood relies on running and around running, that can be I don't know, challenging, let's put it that way. I was never really depressed or anything, but it would be easy to overeat, have a few beers, and yeah, all of a sudden my highly tuned body was starting to look more relaxed, shall we say. So that has been a good kick up the bum. Just in time, I got on the bike. I've felt a lot healthier for it. Still not doing crazy amounts. It will go up this week and next week, because my view is if I can target some personal challenges on the bike this summer, that would be great. And in the meantime, I'm just hoping for more progress with the foot function and the calf function. You can probably hear I've got the mic on, but I will be out of breath going up here. The dog's pulling me. That's Eric. I don't know if he's been on YouTube yet. Say hello, Eric. He'll be featuring more, because I was put off by doing more updates, just sat in the house looking miserable, like I said on the last video, I think. So here we are. That is my update midway through April. I've got some more content ideas that I can put out now. Now that I was going to say the weather's better, I've had to put the buff back on and everything because of the wind, but the weather should be more stable and I can move more and I'm not in as much pain. So I will be putting out more useful content because I will have more time on my hands than if I was training 16 hours a week. Okay, that is where we're at. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all the supportive messages on here, on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok, wherever you are, and I will promise if there is an update to share, I will share it with you.